I do not want to have development and it's not sustainable. And the only way you can have development is for there to be peace and security. And the only way you can sustain what has been developed so far and make it useful to the people also is ensuring peace and security.
For many decades, development was an illusion to the people of the Gambia. Now it's a reality felt by each and every Gambian, visible in every corner of the country. The qualitative leaps forward in making the population healthier, with wider opportunities for education and gainful enterprise, marked the first measure of Jammeh's leadership. This man has become the veritable architect of a new Gambia, carved by his ingenious hands. Across the country, iconic facilities and structures continue to symbolize the goods that Jammeh and his administration have been delivering to Gambians. For Professor Jammeh, development is not an end, but a process that must be steered with renewed energy.
Without infrastructure, forget development.
The President has believed in us, the young people, gives us the right environment, just the right chemistry for us to be able to perform.
And today we are proud to say the sky is the limit and we shall prevail.
With such vigor, Jammeh leads the Gambia's onward journey towards greater progress and development.
I'm sure that all of you are aware that the International Children's Day of Broadcasting is celebrated every year.
Welcome to the International Children's Day of Broadcasting Kids News. In the headlines tonight, the proprietor of Lamtoro Medical Center, Dr. Adam Masala, reveals that girls are more resistant to infections than boys.
B-I-N-G-O, 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 and bingo. What is? Oh, please say hello me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun. Mr. Godison, I really get me.
Without you, my life is in vain. The only head to dirty. Oh no, oh me, I'm poor. Why did you man quit now?
These stories and much more coming ahead in the news. I am Yahuba and thank you for joining us.
Come on kids, let's have fun. Sing along. Happy kids, happy world, aduna nepal jana.
Well,
Hello, this is GRTS and it's time for the news in summary. I am Aji Amisise. His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh, and delegation will return to Banjul tomorrow, Tuesday, 31st of January 2011 in the morning. All those invited to welcome Professor Jammeh and the entourage are requested to be at Banjul International Airport at least half an hour before the scheduled arrival time for the usual ceremonies. The Vice President and Women's Affairs Minister Monday received the Peace Corps Regional Director at State House. Dick Bay was accompanied to Ajah Dr. Essetunjai Saidi's office by the U.S. Ambassador to the Gambia, Pamela Ann White. In a separate engagement, Ajah Dr. Essetunjai Saidi later received the Gamtel Gamcel Staff Association. The draft report of the United Nations Capacity for Disaster Reduction Initiative has been validated by officials of the National Disaster Management Agency and other stakeholders. The exercise follows a capacity assessment mission last year by the team of experts from Geneva. Results of that assessment are being envisaged to contribute to the development of a new national disaster risk reduction strategy. Banjulians recently converged to remember the past and preserve the rich culture the island city is known for. Organizers of the 13th Banjul Demba Cultural Extravaganza are, among other things, seeking to add varnish to the history and enduring values of the island that is fast turning into a microcosm of West Africa. HIV/AIDS, drugs, and alcohol abuse was the subject of a recent forum that attracted the participation of a good number of young people. The initiative, organized by the National Youth Council and UNAIDS and designed within the framework of the recently launched UN HIV policy of Getting to Zero, also looked to the connection between young people, drugs, and substance abuse and the 3-decades-old HIV/AIDS epidemic. Officials of the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council recently took delivery of 3 40-foot containers packed with mutton. The meat is sent to countries around the world annually by Saudi authorities. And in other news, member countries of the African Union have failed to agree to elect a new head of the African Union Commission. The 2 candidates vying for the position, current Commission Chief Governor Jean Peng and South African Interior Minister Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, could not win a clear margin during the voting. With little to separate the two in the elections, continental leaders agreed to put off the voting until June 2012 when they will meet for another summit. Opposition groups in Senegal are calling for more anti-war peace rallies across the country. The popular resistance, as the opposition calls their peace protest, comes following the approval of President Wade's candidacy in the February presidential race by the Constitutional Court. Meanwhile, the Wade camp is calling for calm, urging the people to exercise their democratic rights. Well, you can also follow that story and other GRTS programs live on our website, which is at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio Live. Well, that's all in the news and summary, which also marks the end of transmission. Thanks for the pleasure of your company and have a wonderful morning.